Hi, my name is Peter, and in this demo, I'm going to be walking you through a medical application that I built towards the end of a software engineering program that I did with the Nashville Software School. The idea came to me through a family member who has a medical condition where they have to take a lot of medications. They were explaining to me that, it's really difficult for them to keep track of all the different medications they have to take throughout the day, the alarms that they need to set for each medication, the information, and it's just become very overwhelming for them. So I thought this was a great, problem to try and tackle using technology and I gave it a shot. My application is called Daily Dose. All right, so the overview of the application itself includes several features. So everything is focused around a health chart for the user. They can add medications to their health chart. They can remove medications. They can put some notes for each medication, such as, take with food or water or at night, whatever they might want to just add in as a little note to themselves for each medication. They can add an alarm, or they can set multiple alarms if they like. If they have to take the medication multiple times throughout the day. They can remove alarms, of course. And then I think the coolest feature is they can click on that medication, and there's a third-party API call that's made to the FDA that pulls in information such as warnings, ingredients, etc. So let's jump into it, and I'll show you the actual application itself. All right, so here we are with the homepage of Daily Dose. Once the user logs in or creates an account, it brings them right here to their homepage. What's cool about the application is throughout, there's this banner on any page you're on that you can simply click on the Daily Dose button and it'll bring you to the homepage, or click on the log out and log in, etc. The other two features on the homepage that are displayed is the medication alarm. This I preloaded an alarm for Advil for 7:15. So I'll explain a little bit further later on in a few minutes, but basically there's a 15-minute window that the user is notified to take that medication. And then lastly, there's a view health chart. So once I click on this, it will load the medications on their health chart. So you will see, several medications that I preloaded for this demo. So for example, Advil, the coolest feature and the feature that I'm most proud of is the third-party API call to the FDA API, which pulls in information for the medication that you click on. So when I just clicked on Advil, it made that request to the FDA and pulled in, the ingredients, the usage, warnings, etc. And you can, get out of this modal if you just click the X or click out of it at any point. I think this would be a great time to simply pause for a second and just discuss a bit of how the application itself works on a more technical side. The backend code is all written in Java. That's what the course focused around, is mainly backend Java um, language. So that's kind of my bread and butter, what I've been writing for almost a year now. Uh, the front end uses JavaScript, HTML, and CSS kind of blended together to create the front end. The actual application itself is built on a AWS serverless architecture. The framework that is used is very custom framework. It's very similar to a Spring or Amazon's Coral framework that they use for their internal applications. And then I also, utilize Lambda functions throughout. And then lastly, I just wanted to, mention that any third-party API calls I utilized, really any API calls at all, I utilized RESTful API practices. And for the third parties, I use the HTTP request and also, uh, you know, um, JSON for communication back and forth through those APIs. All right, so to get back to our demo of our application, I just quickly wanna show some of the features really briefly. If I click on the menu option, some of the features here is add a medication, remove a medication, update the info, or add an alarm. So I just want to add a medication. I'm going to do Tylenol, just to keep it really simple. And the information I'm going to say is, take with food. All right, so I can add that. And as it's loading, if it's successful, the Lambda function will contact DynamoDB and basically put the information that I wanted onto a database. And then my health chart will now show Tylenol and take with food. So I also want to, let's say, set an alarm for, I don't know, let's say 7:30. So I'm going to click set an alarm, to click Tylenol. Let's do 7:30 and PM, of course. Same idea. When it's loading, it's going to be posting that time of that alarm onto DynamoDB. Here we are, successful. And you can see now Tylenol has an alarm for 7:30. And at any point, I can click and remove that alarm. But before I do that, I just want to show one quick little feature. On our homepage, the user will be notified to take that alarm at 7:30. So you see right now it's pulling that information, and you can see there's one for 7:15 and one for 7:30. Advil's at 7:15, Tylenol's at 7:30. And the way again that this works is there's a 15-minute window before and after, and since it's 7:27, it's grabbing Advil and Tylenol, and you can see both of those medications to take. All right. So the last feature I want to just quickly show is to remove the medication. I'm going to choose Tylenol, just remove it quickly. And again, this will remove it off of the database. And when it goes back to my health chart, I'm going to see that Tylenol is removed. There's also some other features you can do. You can update the information instead of, saying take 2 in the morning. I could change Advil's information to, take with food, whatever I wanted to say. Just have a couple quick notes. All right, so that is my presentation of my application. I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of what I built, and I think there's potential for future uses, such as communication with doctors, or let's say there's an emergency and someone has to go to the hospital, they can use this as pulling up all their medications quickly for a hospital review. Or let's say they're out of that medication, maybe it can connect to, a pharmacy to do refills. So I think there's a lot of potential to build on this application, but I'm really happy with how it came out. I want to say thank you to the Nashville Software School and all my classmates and all the teachers for all their help. And also, I am currently looking for any software engineering positions. So if you're interested, I'm going to put a link to my LinkedIn in the description. Feel free to contact me through LinkedIn. Um, Again, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.